What was the role of Jerome Robbins in the West Side Story film? What was his contribution on the set?
Well, I think his contribution was just immense. I mean, I really think that it was his conceptual images, and he was so brilliant. I remember early on, he had filmed the entire opening, the overture, in the streets of New York. That was already completed before I ever got on the picture, because I got on it a little late because I was still working on Splendor in the Grass. And so I came in and had to go to work on Sundays to catch up to the rest of the kids that had already been working on the dance routines, you know. I would say he actively directed about over a third of it. He was so clever about film that he would sometimes say to the cutter, it's 10 frames off or something, and they would say, Mr. Robbins, it's really impossible to, you know that something is 10 frames off. And he would say, well, I'd like you to check it. And then they would check it, and it would be 10 frames off. I do think the man is a genius. I think the way that he moved the camera, you know, with the dancers and gave it that, I think he did things that were really unheard of at that time. He didn't give technical advice. He would say, cut to the emotion, you know, cut to the people, cut to the movement, not necessarily of the steps. His main concern was not the steps showing off the dance. It was for the overall mood. And I also found him to be a fantastic actor's director. I felt that he really would give the non-technical direction. And that Bob Wise, who is certainly a very talented man also, but his whole background is from editing. And I found that Wise, to my surprise really, I had expected it to be the other way around. Wise would give the technical direction. He would say, that was fine, Natalie, but next time hold the scissors up a little higher so we get them into the frame, you know. And Jerry would say something that pertained to the emotional content of the scene.